were you working on? What were you having, a hard time with when you first started?
Yeah, I think biggest thing was just to like lose some weight. I felt like I was like barely keeping up with my crew in certain aspects, and so I was just like I knew some aspects of how to do it, but I was always falling off after a certain point, and so I just decided I needed some help.
Mm,
And I saw your Instagram posts for a long time, and I always thought they looked good, so I
mm.
finally decided to reach out. Um, but yeah, that was kind of the main drive for it.
Yeah, it was weight loss. And why did you care about that? Like outside of the crew, did it also have to do with like stuff at home, family, or was it just solely like the performance at the station?
I think like definitely stuff at home. Like my wife's super supportive, but I know she wants me to be healthier. And then I was doing, like I said, okay at the station, but like I don't want to be doing okay. I want to be great. Like I want to
Mm,
be better. So
yeah.
all that combined, I was just like, I gotta take a step forward, and doing it alone hasn't been so great. So it'd be great to have like a team to help.
Yeah. And can you remind me how long you've been on and where you work?
I am now like a year and a month or year and 2 months at Central Whidbey Island Fire and Rescue. Yeah, I got off probation, thank God.
Yeah,
So,
congratulations. I was just gonna say, like, you've definitely
yeah,
been here longer than you've been off probation. So
yeah.
yeah, nice, man. All right, congrats. It's a good
Thank
time
you.
to get in to really hit the ground running. I don't know about you, man, but I gained a lot of weight on my probation.
Mhm.
Especially just entering the lifestyle. So like that was a rude awakening for me. I understand that. And I came in, I walked in the door with I was a personal trainer and a nutritionist when I started. Like
Mhm.
still gained 25 pounds. Like, tell me
Sure.
how that works. So yeah, I get it. And throughout the course of your program, and what you've done up to this point, because we're clearly like we got a lot of distance to go still with what you're doing.
Mhm.
But, based on what you've done the first 3 months, like tell me about your experience, what you've been able to achieve and how it's gone.
Yeah, so we've been doing like a reverse diet. So I haven't lost too much weight. I started the program at like 344,
Hmm.
and I've been hovering around 330, give or take 5 pounds, which I've been cool with. Like I knew we weren't going to lose a ton of weight. It felt good to lose like 15 pounds though.
Hold on. So wait, just so I'm clear, I don't mean to cut you off, but
Yeah,
like
you're
doing
good.
a revert, you lost diet, you lost weight, eating more food, like learning to slowly eat more food.
Oh yeah. No,
Tell
it's
me
been
how
crazy.
that's kind of crazy, right? Like,
Yeah.
is and by the way, you're saying like, oh, I wanted to lose more. Like, I only lost 15 pounds,
Yeah.
but I'm eating twice the amount. Like
Yeah.
that's kind of nuts. Yeah,
No, that's been awesome. Like
yeah,
I've noticed like I'm still trying to eat mostly clean and stuff, of course, but like I've noticed like it's okay to, have like an amount that makes me full and things like that as long as I'm like tracking and being okay.
yeah.
And it takes the stress out of it a lot with just like spending time with family and stuff.
Mm,
So that's been really great. And I've noticed like I have more energy, I'm feeling better, things like that. I haven't like 15 pounds is a lot. I don't want to discredit that, but like in the grand scheme of things, I still have a lot to go.
hmm.
But like my joints feel better, things like that. Like I've been way more active, and I've noticed I'm like less tired at night because of it.
Mm.
And so like I'm on a family vacation right now, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna wake up. There's no gym, so I was like, I'm gonna wake up early. I ran a mile and a half this morning, so I'm like, okay, like
Beautiful.
I never would have done that before.
Yeah,
But just trying to get like what I can when I can, if that makes sense.
it does. That's the whole name of the game, man. That's the whole
Yeah.
program. You've been here for roughly 3 months, and you got another 9. So,
Mhm.
like, where are we gonna go? What? Just so imagine you've lost 15 pounds, eating more because we had to get your metabolism fixed up. And then once that's where it needs to be, which sometimes just depending on how severe it was, like it takes a certain amount of time, but you could spend the next, when you hit that, I'm assuming you're going to get close soon, like in the next month, I imagine, or
It's
something
like
like
2 weeks.
that. Okay, great. Yeah. So
Yeah.
once we do that and we include that with everything else, like that, you've been eating more and losing weight. Now what's going to happen when you eat less and
Yeah.
keep doing this? You know what I mean? So, and
I'm
in the way that we've described. So, and I know you're working through all of that with your
Yeah.
coach, but very cool, very, very inspiring to hear. And the, I guess one of the last things I'd want to check in on or ask you is, with what you're doing, and thanks for meeting with me on vacation, by the way. You didn't have to
Oh,
do that. I could have waited until you got back, but I appreciate you.
you're good,
Uh,
man.
so the last thing I would like to know, just for this is for the sake of others, actually, and what you would say, I'm sure in the day and age that we live in, trust is hard. You know, you do online thing, you know, meet a stranger, say, hey, I'm going to help you with this thing. And not only that, it deserves to have low trust because the coaching industry, if we're being totally transparent, there's a lot of bad programs, and there's a lot of people who have been burned by coaches before who make big promises and then don't show up the way that they promised.
Hmm.
And I'm wondering, since that's the case, and it's kind of like being in a relationship, right? It's like, hey, well, I had this bad relationship in the past, so that means all relationships are bad. And it's like, well, hold on, like, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, it doesn't mean that doesn't necessarily affect the next one, right? So what I want to ask you is, with what's going on, what would you say to somebody that, I'm sure you were apprehensive when you first signed up, I imagine, right?
Sure. Yeah.
And when that happened, and you did sign up, what would you say to the person that is in the same position, like might be right now, that's like, hey, I'm kind of apprehensive. I've had bad experiences in the past. I don't know if I should trust this. What would you say to those people after having the experience that you've had?
I think uh I'd probably say like if you want to go do a program that you can do for 12 weeks and then be done and never think about it again, like this is not the program for you. But if you want to do a program that's like not only going to change how you work in the gym, but also how like your mindset is from day to day, it makes you not only a better firefighter, but like a better, healthier person overall, then this is the program you should be looking into.
Mm. All right. So long story short, this is like, longevity is what we're talking about here.
Yeah, like of course I wanted to lose all the weight in 2 weeks and be done and do whatever I wanted, but this is a program that's going to set you up for success even when you're done with the program,
Yeah.
which I think is more important.
Yeah. I mean, I would agree. That's the whole foundation of what we're doing.
Hmm.
So is because, I mean, the truth is, and like you call it a bad business model, but like I don't want to coach you forever.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's a bad coaching problem, man. Like, no, this should be like, it's sad that people leave after doing really well, but it's like that's kind of like what it's supposed to be, man. You
yeah,
graduate, you go, and then
yeah,
it's like, go live your life, man. Now you have the skills, you have the ability to keep doing better and to make the changes, and that's why we have this program really is designed to be done in like 12 months. But, you know, uh, otherwise, like if you want to do that, you might be looking for another program in a year or two. And it's like, no, like
mhm,
let's set you up so that you don't need those things. And yeah, that's great to hear. So it sounds like the path forward is pretty clear. We're gonna get you all tied up in the reverse diet in the next couple weeks
yeah. I'm excited.
and get you in a deficit, which would be good timing probably for you, in your vacation, kind of get back and
Mhm.
get focused and dialed with that and make the most out of it.
Yep.
So I'm excited for you, man, and I really appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, of
Uh,
course.
there's one more thing that I want to say on this topic though, and that's the program. Uh, I have to do a qualifier here that like I'm incredibly biased, like because I made the program, right? So
Sure.
I still believe that it's the best program for what you're talking about, like in the world. I
Mhm.
believe that like for longevity, for health, like if you want long-term results and you're not looking for a quick fix and you want to take this and like I want to be different from here on out, this is the best program for firefighters, period, for lifestyle and
Yep.
everything else. I should believe that. I get it. I'm biased. That would be a problem if I didn't believe that. But
Yeah.
I gotta say that it doesn't matter how good the program is if the person who's doing it doesn't show up, put in effort, and do the work. And so, like, you have the best program on the planet, and if you decide to not do it, then it's not gonna work, right? Like makes sense. Sometimes that's surprising, but it's like you have to actually show up. And so, just the fact that you're here having this conversation with me and having had that experience, a lot of people talk a big game, but you're the type of person that like actually showed up and has shown the only way you could get to where you are is by actually doing the work that made that possible. So for you, I want to tip my hat off and say congratulations. And I know we still got a ways to go, but it's been really good. And what I'll remind you of is that momentum doesn't care, right? Like you have positive, negative momentum. It doesn't matter. If it's negative momentum, you kick that ball off the top of the hill, that snowball. Well, we better stop it right at the top of the hill, right? Because
Mhm.
once that thing picks up some speed, once it picks up some momentum, you try to stop it, you're going to get run over, right? It's hard. And then you got to push it back up. But it's the same as true with positive momentum. And we just want to let that thing roll, man. You say, hey, let it go. Let it go. I'm gonna ride this wave. And you got positive momentum. Just ride it, just ride it, brother. Really, really happy for you.
Thanks, man. I
So,
appreciate it.
yes, sir.